Okay, after the fictitious history, are we doing the laws?
No.
Okay, and then we'll do the laws.
The flag meaning. Yeah.
The Swivil's all law.
Name of it.
I know. And why we picked it.
Who's starting, just so I know where... Okay, thank you. Because we gotta let other people in. Sorry.
That didn't quite work.
Yeah.
Frank. You're having your ass
Did your panties unbunched?
unbunched. Do you have crops? As Carson says it, you point. Or something.
Carson, as you say the crops, I will plant.
Hey, start off with this is the colony of Kikaluma people.
It says it right in here. Spanish colony. Well, I should probably say
Yeah. I'm nervous now because they asked a million questions.
We did it. I remember it. It wasn't very good.
okay, fine. I did not see
We didn't do this then.
Yeah, we did. I did it.
I failed.
Did they have to match that?
Yeah?
We did it.
No, all the seats
No, it wasn't like that.
Potato.
potatoes.
Eats paper.
You said to do it.
What?
Nutrition.
Yeah. Thought I could eat potato paper all day.
Tastes like potato.
Yes.
Our colony is Kikalumupi. We created the name by combining all of our names. And the Spanish colony Kikalumupi settled in present-day Florida in the year of 1642. We left the country because of war. We were supposed to go to Canada, but ended up going off course. Our ruler, Philip IV, secretly sent us over. He left John Big L in charge because he is trustworthy and a relative of the king.
The war was currently happening was called the 30-Year War. It involved many different kingdoms and empires and ran every country involved into the ground, leaving them with a lot of debt and barely any money. The Spaniards were scared of being dominated, so they sent us to keep the Spanish life going.
Our colonists brought water, clothes, cooking utensils, boats, medicine, weapons, and tools. We brought enough water to last the ride over to America in a few days after landing. We brought whatever clothes we had, and for cooking utensils we brought pots, pans, waffle iron, toasters, spoons, forks, and knives. We brought canoes along to go fishing and whaling. The medicine we had was going to last us until the next ship comes. The weapons we brought were muskets, ammunition, and cannons. We brought tools of every type. We had tools to build houses, boats, and for cutting wood.
We brought seeds to plant wheat, rye, barley, corn, and tobacco. We brought enough seeds to plant enough crops for each person to have plenty of food. Our colonists wanted to make sure everyone got food, so we brought livestock along too. There were cows, chickens, goats, and pigs. The cows and goats were used to get milk. The chickens, cows, and pigs were used to get meat. We also brought horses to use as a source of travel.
The religions in our colony were Roman Catholic and Lutheran. The majority of our colonists were Roman Catholic. Lutheran was the second religion of Spain.
The jobs we have are fishing, bricklayer, mason, gunner, gentleman, barber, refiner, apothecary, preacher, tradesmen, sailors and laborers, fuelers, tobacco plant makers, surgeons, counselors, and leaders. Once every year we go ram.
The Native Americans in our area were the Seminole and the Temuca. The Seminole didn't like us taking their land, and they wanted us to leave, but we wouldn't. The Temuca invited us with open arms, and they liked trading with us and said they will protect us.
The Kikalumpy Compact. For the glory of God, we, the people of Spain, have assumed the journey would be easy. We then hit a storm, and it took us to the new land that was south of the other colonies. We now call it Kikalumpy. We are making this document to have peace and order in the colony. This document also declares that each head of the household agrees to the laws we will set up. If a person does not follow the rules, they will be punished. All the punishments are different according to the law you break. On November 8th of every year, we will worship our king, King Philip IV. We will worship him because he was the one that sent us here. We settled November 8th, 1642.
Okay. And everything that's on our colony we'll explain. So these are 2 houses. This is a tobacco pipe maker.
This is a fueler, a laborer, and a sailor. This is our watchtower. That's the Roman Catholic Church. The surgeon and consul lives in that town.
This is like the town hall.
And that's the trading post.
This is a watchtower, and the bricklayer lives there, the mason and gunner, the gentleman, and barber, and there's a house over there, house.
Another house right here, the refiner and the apothecary and the tradesman.
And then we got over on 3 boats that are over there. They're called the Express, Philip IV, and Kikalumpy. Okay, and now these are the laws and punishments. You can only have 1 dog per household, and if you have more than 1 dog, you will get a fine.
If you get caught stealing, your punishment will be the whipping stock.
If you get caught killing anybody, you're put to death.
You must go to church on Sunday unless you are sick. The punishment is not going to church. It is to be put in the stocks.
If a woman talks back to the man, her punishment is to rip in the sock.
If you can't make your bed on Sunday, you will get yelled at if you are caught.
No hunting on Sunday. If you get caught hunting on Sunday, you get put in the stocks.
The stocks are like where you like hang and then they like throw stuff at you.
Somebody must know that you are hunting outside the fence. If you do not tell anybody, you will get a fine and your hunting privileges taken away.
He that shall take an oath untruly, or bear false witness in any case, or against any man, shall be put to death.
Must keep peace with fellow settlers. The punishment for not following these laws is the ducking stool.
Okay, now we'll do our essential items. I had medicine because I'm an apothecary. An apothecary is a person who kept a store of non-perishable items. We use medicine to heal the sick And we use medications such as herbs and sometimes anesthetics if we have the right ingredients. We used it for healing, and we took the medicine over on the boats, and we also used medicine for surgery.
Boats, because we needed transportation to get from place to place and to import essential needs, and trading to get more seeds to plant and clothing. And then supplies, wood for building houses and fueling fire, whaling tools for killing whales for trading.
I had water. We brought healthy water over, and we also got lake water to cook with, to help crops grow, and to drink from.
I had weapons for protection from certain natives and from wild animals. We also had weapons for hunting to get food, and our weapons were muskets and cannons. Our animals, we got milk from cows and goats, meat from pigs, cows, and chickens, and the manure we used for fire.
For clothes, we brought fabric and like needles and everything so that we can make clothes here, and we also brought our own clothes along. The clothes kept us warm, and it also gave more jobs for the colonists. So we had people working at the cloth mill and also a tailor. And we also used our clothes for trading so we could get different materials. And then for cooking utensils, we brought pots, pans, a waffle iron, spoons, forks, knives. And we brought all of that along so that we could cook, bake, dry, and can our food.
Mine was seeds and crops. It was to grow new food, keep a constant supply of food, and for trade. We also used it to get new materials and to be able to keep constant peace on our starvation. Or to keep information between the colonies.
Okay, now we'll explain all of the jobs that we have on here. The apothecary, which is right there, they're the person who kept store of non-perishable items, and they'd help surgeons in the surgery, like they'd put the patient to sleep if they needed to. And the tobacco pipe maker is right here, and they're an artisan who made pipes for smoking of tobacco. The mason, which is by the gunner, is a builder and worker in stone. The fueler is right here, and it's a person who supplied wood for the fires.
The council, which is right there in the town hall, is a person chosen by the king to assist in governing the colony. A gentleman is over there. A man of the upper middle class who was entitled to display arms. A refiner is a person.
They're over there.
A person who develops gold. A bricklayer. They lay bricks for buildings.
A surgeon, it's a medical man who practiced healing. And a gunner, which is over there, is an officer, and they're responsible for ammunition.
A preacher lives in churches. They're responsible for spiritual health. They write sermons mostly all day.
A sailor, you worked on ships and navigated like where the ships were supposed to go. And a barber trimmed ears and cut hair, but also assisted in surgeries. And he lives over there in that house. The laborer worked to grow whatever their masters wanted. Like a laborer would be like an indentured servant that needed a ride over, so they would work off their debt. And then a tradesman would trade with like Native Americans or other people.
The blacksmith materials to like horseshoes and things like that.
Our flag means the yellow and red are for the colors of Spain, and the brown is for our king for letting us come over here.
This is a stable, by the way. Kind of ran out of Lincoln Logs. Do you have any questions?
We had a political party for to make our laws, and then all of our men of the colony would vote for the laws.
Do you have any questions? Lake Kikalumapi.
By buckets.
So another thing is, you said that, people in your colony could go out and go hunt. Since I can only see that you guys can get out only by the water areas, how else do you get out of the colony and see if you find more?
There's an area.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I didn't see it. Why only on one side?
Because otherwise we're more prone to attack by the water.
Or why attack them?
The natives that didn't like us.
Why is this name head? Why the place right there?
'Cause that's where he lived.
Yeah, it didn't really matter where the crops.
You worship the king
Yes.
in a Catholic and a Lutheran colony.
We didn't worship him.
Yeah.
We just,
That was your word, He's just your leader?
Yeah.
So you brought over what you knew? So you don't worship him?
What year did you guys say this was?
1642.
In 1642, how did they put people to sleep for surgery? How did they put people to sleep for surgery?
They didn't really put them to sleep. They just gave them things so they didn't really feel
What
it.
did they give them?
Sometimes like herbs. Herbs.
Kind of herbs?
They're a crop. We have two.
We have two.
Why was owning more than one dog such a problem in your colony?
Because you couldn't feed it.
oh yeah, food.
Yeah. Couldn't you eat the dog?
No, they couldn't feed the
But I'm
dog.
also not living in 1642 in an unestablished colony. Like my food for my life.
So what would you guys do if each person had a dog, but 2 dogs that were breeding and they had puppies? What would you do with those? Would you kill them or would you let them go?
Trade them.
Yeah.
Trade them.
Do you guys have electricity?
No.
Then how did you use a waffle iron?
It was this
Yeah, over a
rod
fire.
that had
Just
Wait
they
for you
kept
to
hanging
set
over a
stuff.
fire and it gets warm.
Waffles were prominent in your food choice. Is that like an inside joke that you're doing? You also said you brought water over on the ship, drinking water on the ship. How
Yeah.
much? How much would that be?
A lot.
You know what water weighs?
A lot.
8 pounds a gallon.
Well, you couldn't drink ocean water.
We had
You couldn't drink ocean water. Why not? Because it would die.
Salt.
Well, you guys could boil it.
We didn't have that on the ship.
Yeah,
Fire.
Yeah, we don't.
Fire in the way.
Burn the ship.
utensils.
I'm sorry, I missed two. Where are you coming from?
Spain.
Spain. And you think you would have brought Spanish water? Yeah, they're gonna bring some sort of food.
I find it there, go there.
Yeah, I would have thought,
Did you guys make it like a design before you made this?
Yeah.
But it's this one.
It's upside down.
As you can tell, we changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you change it?
Well, we didn't really know what we all needed,
Yeah.
and then when we actually researched, then we knew what jobs they had. And we all needed to have a successful colony.
I appreciated your use of the original terms, like you would have been a pharmacist, you would have been an apothecary. But if you guys were coming from Spain, would they have even been an apothecary? It's the language thing. You guys did it too over here. I think they would have named them the French terms, wouldn't they? Rather than the American terms or the British terms. I have a problem with putting cattle inside water, so.
I don't think we really meant
That's
to
how a
put
lot
it
of
there.
people died back then, because of the contamination of water. You hear of the Boston murder? A lot of people died. And you keep bottling functions in water, so. And did I miss too, where did you land? Where's this at?
Florida. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Florida.
In the middle of Florida.
We were
Middle
supposed,
of Florida.
we were supposed to go to Canada.
But we got a little
That
off.
ocean border?
No, that's
No.
a river, and that's a lake.
Yeah.
That's St. John's River.
Also, they're like in. So you guys are like in the what's down there?
Where is that at?
On the desk.
Yeah, the Everglades. You guys are like in the middle of the Everglades.
How do you protect our animals from alligators? About
From what?
That's a great question.
I didn't hear you.
That is a great question.
if you're in Florida and all your animals are by the water, how do you protect them from alligators?
The fence.
Horse.
Keon, alligators can climb fences. You know that, right? Okay, Audrey, the fences.
Oh,
That.
No,
they didn't.
What about
Yeah, they
alligators?
can kind
Imagination.
Imagination.
We didn't have
We
alligator
cleared the alligators
problems.
out before we
Yeah.
put them in.
What about mosquitoes?
Mosquitoes.
You live in Florida. Mosquitoes are really bad.
We killed them.
You're not gonna kill them. That's next to. You're gonna get very bad.
What about hurricanes?
Oh yeah, that's your.
Hey,
Run.
We don't know much about Florida. We were meaning to go to Canada, so we came here unknowing what we were going to do.
And we were uncertain if all the crops were going to grow, so this is our first year here, so we just tested out crops.
Doesn't starvation then blend a problem for you?
No, because our crops grew.
That's why we have a
Yeah, most of them grew.
That's why we have a trading thing. That's just in case if some of our crops don't grow.
Who are you trading with?
The Temecula Indian.
The who?
Temecula.
And who are you protecting yourself from?
The Seminole.
Did you guys talk about your defense?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
that's-
muskets.
we have a weapon.
We have.
Yeah, cannons are in, like, down here, pretend they're not. And then
If you have muskets, how fast they shoot?
slowly,
So
It takes
you have
forever to
to
reload.
shoot it and the reload takes
more than
30
10 seconds to reload.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
I want to throw a flag on having utensils. What do utensils? Siri. I don't have Siri with me. I also don't have Echo with me, so.
What kind of utensils did you say?
Utensils.
What did you say for utensils?
Knives and forks,
Yeah, spoons.
spoons. I want to throw a flag
They
on
would have
those.
had all of those. Not 16.
I don't know when they had 1642. I don't know. That's something I need to look up too.
The utensils would have been probably a, what do you call it, what's the word? More expensive item? Yeah, like luxury item.
Oh, so like
Luxury
this.
items, okay.
And coming from Spain, I would be wondering if you had like a waffle iron because of the metal that would have been used in it. And I don't know the answer. You guys are history experts there. I'm not sure either. Michael, what did you mean when you said political party for laws? What do you mean by that?
They're like our government.
Okay, but what did you mean in reference to political party? You said they developed a political party. Yeah, political party for their laws. You said men would vote on. What do you mean by political party?
The political party would come up with laws that are reasonable in the colony, and then all the men of each household would vote to see, like kind of, like you vote for
Right, but political party to me means like I'm a Republican, or I'm a Democrat, or I'm an independent, or I'm a
It was
conservative.
political something, I don't know what it was.
Political body.
Maybe,
Political body. If you're
So
still,
that group came up with the laws?
yeah.
Okay, so they had most of the power.
And then they could like suggest
suggest, make, or demand. So you're ultimately still under the authority of your team, right? Or are you not? Have you broken away from that?
Well, he left John Bagel in charge.
You left what? I'm sorry, say that again.
John Bagel. Our leader.
Did you say John Bagel? You do have waffles and bagels. Bagel boy.
he was, wasn't he related?
Is he a
Yeah.
real guy?
Yeah.
What do you do besides leave? Somebody came from
He was
Spain
trustworthy.
named John Bagel? Yeah. Well, there you go, Mrs. Schneider. There you go, Bagel. Are you pronouncing it wrong? Bagel? Or is
It
that
might
how
be,
you
I
pronounce it?
don't know.
Big L.
It's like,
Big L, something like that. I pronounce it Big L. I don't know.
I just put a D for it. Yeah, okay. I just do.
Kind of some of the other comments that were told to the first group, don't pass your paper around. There's awkward pauses when you're passing your paper around. Do you have a paper shortage over here? No, we throw a lot of these. I was gonna say, you could, I'll throw one. Yeah, yeah, yes. And yet they didn't listen to you, or you didn't
Yeah, I
force
told
yourself?
Luana to move over there.
And did they, and the same thing with Tristan too. Push it a little. If you really feel something about something with your presentation, push it.
See if you just tell one person.
I told her to move over there, and then everything would be in order. There won't be this long awkward thing between the first one when you have to hand
I
it.
like how you mentioned indentured servants. Yes. As your labor source.
I remember
Good on
you
that.
talking about those.
Yeah, we talked about it in detail. What's an
because you
indentured servant?
asked us during,
Like,
while
if they
we were
couldn't
working.
pay for their way over, they asked one it for them, and then they worked it out. And usually it lasted like 3 years.
How many people did you bring over? What was the population of people?
569, and then 30 died on the way over.
What they died from?
Diseases
Yeah,
and seasickness.
What do you do to the dead people on the ship?
Throw him overboard.
Why did you bring 500?
To keep the colony going.
Successful.
If we
If
were to
diseases
lose any when we
are
first got here,
Why 559? Why not 530? 500?
We just figured out a
That's
number.
just how many people came. We had no control over that. So
And that's how many were
that's how many the
in
king
the
wanted.
religion.
It's the second time I've heard Catholics and Lutherans, and it dawned on me, I didn't know when Luther pulled away from the Catholic Church and established the Lutheran Church, so I had looked at that Lutheran Luther, trying to figure that out. Did you look that up?
Sure.
Yep.
That's a great answer. Oh my, we did not look it up.
Who says?
Because I didn't. That was good observation.
One thing with your presentation, you don't want to tell the people what you're going to talk about before you actually go talk about it. Because, like, I notice a lot of times when you go talk about something and you say, now we're going to tell you about this. It's kind of like if I were to start a story and be like, well, I'm going to tell you a story about my horse. Would you guys really want to listen if I told you what I'm going to talk about before I start talking about it?
Yeah, it depends, because maybe you're going to talk about something really nothing in here.
Christine getting run over by.
Oh, God, I want to
Can I hear the
Um,
story?
No, you don't want to hear it.
No, can't roll.
But still, it kind of like, it makes people not listen with certain topics. With this, it was okay in some things, but try watching how many times you do it. If you do it too many times, for me, it was a little annoying because I didn't want to listen to anything.
There's also a fine line between, the other group didn't use their model at all, and you guys almost used it too much. I know what a pig looks like, you don't have to point to the pig. I know what a goat looks like, you don't have to point to the goat. And it's that fine line, so.
Why did you choose to put your big sticker thing in the middle? So why did you choose to put that in the middle?
That's
Easy access to everyone.
where do the people live?
Houses.
Found it.
But, like, the bricklayer lives in the bricklayer
Yeah.
thing.
What if I'm not a bricklayer?
Can you live in a house?
Outside of the townhouse?
No.
There's houses.
There's houses in there. There's houses. Yeah, there's houses
Oh,
all
there's
around.
houses everywhere. Here,
Tell us a previous slot from a different color.
the one dog.
The
one.
dog.
One dog?
Yeah.
So did you come up with your own laws, or did you copy laws that were previously made?
We got an
Most of them we
idea.
came up with ourselves. But to get us started, we had to, yeah.
So much work, why not? Let's go to the people. Let's take it back.
I didn't do that.
Where'd you take your last one? You didn't come up with that yourself.
Ooh, what do you know?
Where'd they get their loss from, you guys? Where'd they get their loss from? Huh? Chill a second. Where'd they get their loss from?
The internet.
No. Don't steal. Don't covet.
The 10 Commandments.
Oh, don't, Jesus. Because they're a religious
Just
company?
go.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I will take one. Oh, Lisa. Okay.
Top bill.
Yeah, well, I'll bet 2 or 3. Yeah.
This is.
Jenna. Jenna. Is that my chair?
Well, we're almost done.
Is it just you? I mentioned your name once, and that was yesterday.
I thought there was 3.
You know why? That's me, because you I don't know why I'm leaving.
I say November, are you leaving? Are you leaving?
I was only 2. Is it-
Are we done like
Are
main
you
topics?
guys
Get hers.
Are you guys good for question wise, or do you guys have any more
You can
questions?
stop. I like the narrative. As soon as you put the paper down, your voice changes. When you're reading from your paper, we get a very different impression of what's coming out of your mouths than when you just put it down and talk to us.
I think you guys had a lot more detail in your history than the first group did.
You're welcome.
I liked what Keanu, did you say that you were the medicine person? And she kind of, she combined essential items and her job, and I liked that a lot. And then nobody else did that, but that makes more sense rather than being, okay, now we're gonna talk about our essential items. Okay, now we're gonna talk about our jobs.
Yeah.
And I think you guys repeated your essential items, because you talked about your essential items towards the beginning, and then I think you repeated them later on.
I thought you did too. I thought I heard it a couple different times, but that may have been teasing us with it beforehand. But
That was the comment I wrote, don't repeat your essential items.
what is a refineer?
They make the gold, or like they don't make it. Yeah.
They refine what? Are we spelling it wrong?
No.
Did you say clothes or gold?
I said they refine it.
We find what? Gold?
Yeah.
Gold? There's gold in Florida?
Well, yeah, they looked.
We tried looking.
Didn't find much.
Okay,
And
I'm
it's-
gonna throw a flag on that one because who came over and first started looking for gold in this area? No. The other colonies? Who discovered Florida?
Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish.
What Spanish person, people? Who's a real funky name?
I can't remember it.
Group people, help him out. First name Juan.
Wasn't it Juan like Ponce de Leon?
There you go. So if Ponce de Leon came over here looking for gold, did he discover any gold? No. So why would you need a refiner in your colony if you know there's no gold in Florida?
Well, we didn't know we were in Florida. We were going to Canada.
Yeah.
When did you discover you were in Florida then?
We didn't really know.
Well, we didn't really know where we were going, and then native.
We saw land and we were like, land ho!
So did your king give you permission to come over and start a colony in Canada?
Yes.
Yeah. He wanted us.
Like we said,
Yeah.
30 years ago,
He sent us.
they said
For what?
Because there was a war.
Yeah. The
There was a war, so he wanted to, rather than have people stay and fight, he wanted people to leave.
But then he thought that we would get our land taken away in Spain, and so he wanted to claim some land. So we go. Yeah.
30 years.
That's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm still a little confused on because Canada's like way up here and Florida's like way down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we far.
That far up course?
Yeah. We had a bad captain.
Captain.
Or was there a storm that took you off course?
Both.
Both.
A storm and a captain. Keep that.
So if you got a charter to go to Canada, did Spain have control of Canada at that time in whatever your year was? 42. 1642? Did Spain already claim that?
But we didn't go to Canada.
But you were originally supposed to go to Canada.
She's asking your motivation to go to Canada in the first place.
Oh.
They told us to.
Who did?
The king. Our king.
Why?
He wanted us to
He-
get away from the war.
Why?
Because he didn't want anything dead.
How did he know about Canada? Was there a previous explorer that went there or what?
Well, he did.
Yeah.
Go there.
I like it here. Go
So he
there.
just got a map out or something.
Yep. Right here.
The BS flag. I'm sorry, people.
In the box.
Spain did not own Canada in 1642.
Yeah, nobody did.
But you told us that the King of Spain was sending you to Canada to start your colony.
Yeah.
How can he do that if he doesn't
Because
own
nobody owned it. He wants to own
Nobody
it.
owned it. He wanted to claim it.
It was like unclaimed land.
1642?
Didn't the French own it?
Where's
I
our
feel like the
map?
French owned
No.
Canada.
I don't think the
Canada's
French owned
very
Canada in
French.
1642.
Pretty sure it was
I don't think
unclaimed
Spain
land.
did either.
This is a fake colony. This is amazing.
But we didn't even end up in Canada, so we don't have to worry about it.
Map here.
No.
Does it show Canada or not?
Yes, sorta.
Mission Bay Company.
It says
Says disputed. Disputed.
Disputed. We owned it.
How long did it take you to put this
A long time.
I accidentally.
We had to
did
find-
It is an incredible fence. I will give you that all day
Like
long.
over here,
My
probably.
question would be did you spend too much time building and not enough time?
Well, it was kind of my fault that it.
No,
Well,
half the
no,
people
because half of
working on
us
this and half the
research and
people
half of us
writing it.
build.
And
Over
Mrs.
here.
Schneider,
I
they
kind
were
of,
supposed to have all of their research completed before they started building.
but then we wouldn't had this done. It'd be giant.
Really? Are you kidding me?
No, you're giving me that look, so we're not kidding you.
It always goes, research is done before you build, but everybody just likes to jump in and build.
But I don't agree with what Mark set up because it'd be way, way too hard. It was way too hard. It took it.
We thought that using this, it would be more realistic.
Yeah.
But I
Because they
don't think
actually
it really
had trees
mattered.
back then.
Actually, it does matter.
Does it
And they
really?
didn't have wood.
Because it took us a lot, and then I accidentally destroyed part of it.
Over here.
Destroyed it.
Yeah.
But
It moves.
8th grade, they're watching. You haven't asked them anything.
Because
That one looks over the ocean.
No, this one looks over this way and that way, and that one looks over that way.
There's more than one guy.
Yeah.
2 or 3 people up there. They get tied up and they get.
So it's
What's
it's like composed that they get wrapped around and
You also want to stop referring to your bodies of water as oceans.
We
We're
did?
in a lake.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
what?
called it an ocean.
Yeah.
Look out over the ocean.
you said
Three.
no more talking.
You said that you hunt whales or something like that.
Yeah.
You go whaling. Are there whales in the lake?
No.
Okay,
Okay.
we go whaling like once every
We go to the
year.
ocean.
Or
Because we take all our boats, go up the river.
How do you take them back
They're
to
not-
your colony?
Well, they're not in full whale form.
Are there whales by Florida?
Like in the Gulf of Mexico, is there whales?
We're not going by the Gulf, we're going like back
We're going the other
out.
way.
We're going
Back out the river.
Going on the Atlantic side
Yeah.
of Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
literally like in the middle of Florida.
I'm gonna agree with Miss Reiser here. I don't think there's whales.
Well, then we'll go up further.
There is whales.
Just keep going.
go to Canada.
well,
Not
They
to mention,
tried.
how are you getting your boat there? Yeah, you'd have a long ways to go.
Our boat?
To the river.
That's why
Through
we
the
do it
river?
slow. That's why we don't do it like every week.
But
Yeah,
so,
no,
will you
every
build
year.
a boat or steal one when you get to the ocean? Or what do you do?
No, we have one.
we have 3.
Everything you
Of
But
what
how are
we
you getting that boat to the ocean?
On the
To the
river.
river.
The river leads all the way into the ocean.
On what?
Your river flows into the
Yeah.
ocean.
Yeah. Yes. It does.
We found them.
Like your boats in the river?
Yes.
Well, how do we
get here? Somebody over here mentioned the Everglades. I'm pretty certain that your river is not going to be able to accommodate a boat.
We're not really in the Everglades though. We're like
Right, but what's the waterways like in Florida?
grassy?
Marshes.
So. Interesting.
And I do have one more question that I just kind of noticed now. Why are all your other animals in a pen, but your chickens get to roam around?
Because these animals.
because they escaped
could-
from the fence
these
anyway.
animals could like harm people.
The pig?
Yeah. They might.
So we don't have so much poop around.
Yeah.
What
And
did
people
you need
stepping
in
on
order
it.
to come here in the first place?
People.
What?
No, like, what did you have to get from your king in order to come here in the first place?
Permission.
What kind of permission?
Go. You can go.
What do you mean to
A
go?
compact. We have it. Our compact.
A sign or thing.
Technical. Signed thing. Signed thing. Luana said charter.
I think we should go with charter.
We have.
Anything else? I had something else and I forgot.
Oh, that's
This should have given us weird looks as we were talking.
I was pondering. You made me think about some things, like Martin Luther King, and
I'm
think about that.
I'm surprised nobody's mentioned what the little log thing in the corner.
Luana.
So what is the little log thing in the corner?
I have no
We've
idea.
wrapped a lot of things in
What log thing? Where?
Because I'm curious. too.
Where?
The log in the corner in the water? By St.
Oh,
John's
that's our canoe.
Okay, because I was wondering too.
Yeah, that's our canoe.
Nobody told me.
Your canoe and the major boats are in the same water port.
Yeah.
On the other side.
Where? Well,
fishing.